Lunchroom. Informative, enlightening, provocative, engaging. The Lunchroom on RCI. Food for thought. The station that gives you, more lunch.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Lunchroom on Radio Caribbean International. It is Wednesday, the 23rd of October, 2024. This is program number 1268 of the Lunchroom. I'm your host, Calix George Jr. Now, of course, in addition to 101.1 FM radio, you can also get us at our website. It's rcistlucia.com, and we are streaming live there. And we're also streaming live on Facebook. You just have to search for the official page of Radio Caribbean International on Facebook. And please be sure to like and share that as well with your friends and family. The number to call in to tell us what's on your plate today, it is 452-3046. Again, 452-3046. And you also have the option of WhatsApp. And you just have to call in to 724-0008. Again, say that number, and you can message in as well on WhatsApp. So again, that number is 724-0008. Now, we've got a good list of individuals celebrating their birthdays today. We first want to send out the happiest of birthdays possible to Mrs. Philomene Nicholas, who is known by many as Miss Eldika, and I suspect, of course, it's never a polite thing to send out a lady's age, but of course, she is, I suspect, the oldest living person in St. Lucia right now. She is 110 years old today. 110. And so we want to send out the best of birthday wishes to her as she marks this remarkable lifetime achievement, this milestone. It's more than a milestone. Many of us, of course, would be happy to be celebrating 90, or 80 or 90 or 100, and she's now at 110. So the very best to her. And she, in fact, lived most of her life in the community of Grand Riviere, Piat Grand Riviere, but has, as far as I understand, has returned to her place of roots, her birthplace up near Dauphin in the community of La Bonne. So happy birthday to Mrs. Philomene Nicholas, or Miss Eldika. Also want to send out some birthday greetings to Melissa Tara John. Happy birthday to you, Tara, and we do hope that you're having a fantastic birthday celebration. Hope it's a great one. You know, it's a work day, but do find yourself some time to enjoy life and then to enjoy your birthday. Also to Mrs. Claret Taylor, happy birthday to you. And we're hoping that you're having a fantastic birthday celebration. Also want to send out some birthday greetings to Miss Tessa Clement. Happy birthday to you, Tessa, and hope you're having a fabulous birthday celebration. And to two gentlemen, I want to send out some birthday greetings to them. First to Mr. Rafaga Gordon. Rafaga, happy birthday to you, man. And we do hope that you're having a good birthday. Hope it's an enjoyable one for you. And as well to Mr. Ayambe Charlery. Happy birthday to you, sir. And hope it is filled with lots of goodness and lots of blessings. And of course, to all those celebrating their birthdays today, hope it is a great one. Now, we look at a bit of history. We go back to the year 42 BC on this day. Roman Republican Civil War raging. The Second Battle of Philippi saw Brutus's army decisively defeated by the famous Mark Antony and Octavian. And that led to Brutus committing suicide. 1911 on this day, the first aerial reconnaissance mission was flown by an Italian pilot over Turkish Airlines during the Italo-Turkish War. 1941 on this day, Walt Disney's animated film Dumbo was released. 1942 on this day, during World War II, Britain launched a major offensive at El Alamein in Egypt. Then in 1977 on this day, the paleontologist Elso Barghoorn announced the discovery of a 3.4 billion-year-old single-cell fossil, which is one of the earliest life forms on Earth. 1981 on this day, the U.S. national debt hit $1 trillion. 2001 on this day, Provisional IRA of Northern Ireland commenced disarmament following peace talks. And on 2015, on this day, October the 23rd, Adele released her single Hello, and that became the first song with more than 1 million downloads in its first week. We now move on to our dish of the day. The Daily Dish is brought to you the kind compliments of our good friends at Tiles Plus.
One tiles for your home, I see. Bathroom, kitchen, pantry. Need tiles for your balcony. Come down to Tiles Plus, satisfaction guarantee. Tiles Plus, Tiles Plus, Tiles Plus. Big tiles with unbeatable cost. Customer service, A plus, need all kind of tiles. Come down to Tiles Plus. We also got gas and vanity. Box, doors, you'll see. Come down to my nobody. We got the best tiles on island. Trust me. We are located Land Street in Castries, Bosses Jubilee Lane, and Flag Street in Beaufort. Telephone number 453-7939. Tiles Plus.
Serving now, the Daily Dish.
And welcome back to our program here for today. Hope everybody's having a very blessed Wednesday. Now, first we want to make an appeal, and that is coming out, and you may have already heard it because it is actually going out on many different channels and you've heard, of course, quite often appeals for individuals who require blood donations. And of course, the blood bank is really the lifeblood of many individuals who require blood for operations, for transfusions, for keeping alive in many, many different instances. And so it is really, really important. And so there is, and we've seen them many a time, that appeal being made. And so it's always really good when you see individuals availing themselves of the St. Lucia Blood Bank, which goes around to various schools and communities trying to get donations. And in this instance, it is for an individual who many, in fact, I would say the vast majority of St. Lucians probably know, and that is Nikki David. Nicole Alana David is requesting urgently that donations of blood be made by individuals who are able to. And so if you are in a position to do so, that is a very, very urgent appeal, and it is in fact even time sensitive. Within the next 45 minutes, up to 2 p.m. today, they're urging individuals to come out to provide blood, as she is in fact in need urgently of blood. The blood type probably doesn't matter too much in this instance. Of course, the way the blood bank works is as you bring in, it will be replenished. It will be replenishing blood that is already being used by the individual. So it really doesn't matter what your blood type is. At this point in time, everybody really needs to just be positive and to get out there and to donate blood, as in my view. And so let's make it happen for Nicole David. And of course, the contribution that she has made over the years to our St. Lucian spirit and keeping us happy, keeping us entertained. And she certainly needs our help at this time. So it is for a very, very good cause. And again, that appeal, if you can get up to the OKE hospital to make that donation, or you may know where the St. Lucia Blood Bank is. I think I saw some images of it not too long ago at the St. Joseph's Convent. I'm not too sure if it's still around there, but wherever it is, I'm sure if you call in, you could find out. But of course, the unit at the at the Owen King EU Hospital is certainly very much available for that purpose. So not too much time left to do so. So please do make the effort in terms of helping Nikki David out. Now, two matters we want to discuss today, and both of them, of course, came out of yesterday's sitting of the House. One is perhaps going to take longer than the other, and that is the major matter of the Citizenship by Investment Program. And the minister responsible for the CIP yesterday laid in the House a report for the Citizenship by Investment Program. I believe this report was for the year 2022. Is it 2021 to 2022? I'm not too sure if it's that one or if it's 21-22 to 2023. But whichever the case may be, an admission there by the Member of Parliament for Castries South and the Minister responsible for CIP that in fact that report is late. The normal requirement, as you know, is under the Act, is that within 3 months of the end of the financial year, a report has to be prepared. And within 3 months of that report being prepared, it needs to be brought to the Parliament of St. Lucia. And of course, there are some very clearly stipulated bits of information that report needs to, in fact, outline. We have heard from of course, a number of accusations being made by the Opposition United Workers' Party with respect to the Citizenship by Investment Program, particularly on the volume of passports being issued. And we recall at one point in time, there was, in fact, in legislation, there was a cap of 500 passports approved per annum. During the period of Mr. Alan Shastney, in fact, the legislation was changed. And so there is no longer a 500 passport per annum cap. So as of now, the numbers can in fact go way beyond that. And so, of course, that report is certainly hopefully now available into the public domain for scrutiny. And in addition to the report, there was a statement that was provided by the minister, which effectively gave details of the performance of the Citizenship by Investment Program. I would like to say that we would try to get through some of that piece in terms of that statement that was made yesterday by Dr. Ernest Hilaire. But it is actually almost an hour long. So at some point, maybe later on, we will get into the matter of CIP. But I did want to touch on another matter today as well. And it just so happened that on another radio talk show, the matter of the National Trust, the St. Lucia National Trust, came up because yesterday, the government of St. Lucia provided a VAT exemption status to the St. Lucia National Trust. Now, of course, this is not the first time that some entities are being provided VAT exemption status, and that would include sports agencies. There are many areas, charitable organizations, entities that enjoy that kind of status, so that it makes it easier for them to be able to effect the work that they're doing. Now, of course, you can well appreciate that when you speak of the St. Lucia National Trust, you're speaking of an entity that is established by law, by statute, right? And in fact, it holds a very peculiar position by virtue of its that establishment. You do have non-governmental organizations out there that operate, of course, charity groups and what have you, and there are a number of them that do a lot of good work in what they do, and they too probably would want to have the ability to be VAT exempt in a lot of the work that they do, or tax exempt in some instances. And so it's not in any way untoward to expect that agencies that in fact doing that kind of work in the public interest are afforded those types of benefits. And in the case of the St. Lucia National Trust in particular, as I said, it's actually what would possibly be considered a quango, a quasi NGO, because in as much as it operates almost like it is separate and apart from government, it actually does have government oversight. It does, in fact, have it's established by law. So the state is the one that has established the St. Lucia National Trust. In as much as, though, the way it has been established, it allows for a level of independence because it is not the minister alone responsible who, in fact, determines the configuration of the council of the St. Lucia National Trust. In fact, as it operates, the government does appoint two individuals to serve on the council of the trust, as well as the organization which predated the St. Lucia National Trust. And I speak to the St. Lucia Archaeological and Historical Society, which is in fact, in a pure sense, an NGO, because it's not established by the state in any way. In fact, it was established back in 1954, interestingly enough. So it's celebrating its 70th year this year. And it also has the ability to appoint two representatives to serve on the Council of the National Trust. But the majority is, in fact, held by individuals who are elected by the membership of the St. Lucia National Trust. So 7 of the 11 councillors are, in fact, there by virtue of being elected by the membership of the organization at its annual general meetings. So it is then placed in a very interesting position in that regard, because it is actually carrying out a mandate, which is a public good mandate, right? But it is doing so with the benefit of the public being the majority control, so to speak, by virtue of its membership. So the idea then that one should be looking to continuously be engaging in some sort of a warfare or denigration of such an organization is very, very unfortunate. And we've seen this seemingly continuing. And so that whenever there's some opportunity to lambaste the trust, even when good is being done for the entity, there's criticism. One of those was that of the subvention of the St. Lucia National Trust being reinstated. Now, again, if we go back into history, as I mentioned, National Trust was around from 1975, and it has, from that period of time, continuously been afforded a subvention like many, many, many other agencies established by statute, whether it might be the St. Lucia Social Development Fund, or whether it might be the National Conservation Authority, or whether it might be the St. Lucia Air and Seaports Authority, or Invest St. Lucia. You go through the whole long list of various entities, parastatals, statutory corporations that are out there that receive government funding and government backing on an annual basis. And it seemed to be perfectly fine for others to be able to receive that. But in the case of the entity responsible for assisting in the protection of our heritage, our historic and natural sites, it seemed as though there was a problem. And we know very, very clearly how that came about in terms of this change in policy. Because as I said, from 1975, under United Workers' Party administrations, St. Lucia Labour Party administrations, they were continuously providing support by way of subvention on an annual basis to the St. Lucia National Trust. And that all came to an end, sad to say, under the administration of Mr. Alan Shastney. And it seemingly also was right after the National Trust said no thank you to the idea of a dolphin park at Pigeon Island National Landmark. And so the following that, there was then this culling of the National Trust subvention. And it wasn't just for a matter of being cut or reduced, it was zeroed. It was taken away completely. Completely. And of course, you have to appreciate that the country has vested in the trust properties to be able to protect those properties. Many of those properties do not have direct economic value in the sense that you can actually extract resources from a lot of them. A lot of those properties, in fact, require a lot of protection because they are so very sensitive. A good case in point is that of Maria Islands. Maria Islands, the Maria Islands, in particular Maria Major, the larger of the islands, the two islands, has the world's rarest snake, right? The world's rarest snake, the St. Lucia racer. And it is an elusive creature. It is clearly at a point of near extinction because the population is so small. It is found nowhere else in the world but on Maria Major. That's the only way in the world that this snake is found. And it requires the support and protection and biosecurity and efforts to be able to protect it. And of course, there are many other species there, including the St. Lucia, the whiptail, and you've got a lot of birds which are coming through there, migratory birds. So you've got a lot of areas where there is no real immediate return that can be afforded. There is a public good that has to be done because we are protecting the patrimony of a country. And so in many instances, and this is how it operates all around the world, there is a realization that you cannot always put a dollar value to be able to say, hey, well, you have to be able to match dollar for dollar. If this island conservation is costing X million, you therefore have to raise X million from that. That's not how you can run agencies and portfolios and things like heritage. And so there is, in fact, a realization throughout the world that heritage has to be supported. You have to provide grants. You have got to provide support for protection of your heritage, whether it's through the arts, through protection of historic sites. And yes, some of those sites can be valorized. Yes, some of those sites should, in fact, be bringing in revenue. But even very large institutions which have been around for even longer, like the National Trust for England and Wales, right, which is a mammoth institution, hundreds of sites, thousands of people working for it, hundreds of thousands of acres of land, and they still, believe it or not, in as much as they raise lots of revenue, they are still benefiting from government assistance. So the idea that you want to simply say, oh, St. Lucia National Trust, you got to fend for yourself, but you don't make that argument for the ports of St. Lucia. No, do we do that? No. SLASPA has assets, does it not? But we don't say to SLASPA, well, you know what, you're going to have to fend for yourself. We still are in a situation where we are guaranteeing loans for SLASPA. We are provide support for SLASPA. You allow it to have dedicated lines of finance. All of these things are done. So this idea that for heritage, which is even more consequential and difficult sometimes to raise revenue for, that you're supposed to fend for yourself, it is a very unfortunate mindset. In fact, it is almost a bit of self-hate that we choose to attack heritage and heritage organizations and treat them in that way. But yet still, when you look at the productive sectors, when you look at in other agencies, that kind of treatment is not meted out. So it was quite interesting that it would appear that, again, this attack on the National Trust, because the government has now afforded it some VAT exemption for its projects, that now it is somehow to be vilified. And so therefore the statement that is being made, I heard it on another talk show, that this is how the National Trust is being silenced, and how the National Trust has not been speaking out anymore, and the National Trust is not saying anything. And then the example that is given, the National Trust did not speak out on GPH, Global Port Holdings. And then we seem to know that the remit of the St. Lucia National Trust is for dealing with buildings, built heritage, built and natural cultural heritage. But then we want the National Trust to speak out on port operations. Now, I don't understand how that it makes any sense whatsoever. Maybe somebody can break it down for me and make it make sense that the National Trust should be speaking on the matter of the ports, when, as far as I can tell, they've got nothing to do with dealing with ports and dealing. So I could understand if the argument was that, there was some building which was due to be demolished, or there was some some policy that was impacting on our heritage, right? Or there was some statement that was being made that was not sending the right message about the environment, and or we're not doing enough regarding maybe our climate change commitments, things to deal with the mandate, the objects of the St. Lucia National Trust. And if they did not speak out on those matters, then I could understand the argument. But to say that, well, the National Trust is expected to speak out on GPH is a very, very bizarre ask for an organization like the Trust. And so I think when we are coming with some of these floggings to turn the entity into some sort of a whipping boy, we should at least be a little bit more objective, or at least come with something of clearer substance in this regard. So I just wanted to deal with that because perhaps it might have gone as a continuous thing, and the National Trust probably would not have even responded on its own. But I think it is a matter that we are seeing this trend that, you've got to attack the Trust, you've got to attack the Trust, and to what end? To what end? How does this benefit our own country, when we have institutions which we should be building up, which we should be ensuring are in fact doing more to protect our natural heritage, by simply looking at whatever good is being done to assist them, that should be somehow criticized and maligned, to the extent that we are trying to suggest that they are being somehow bought and silenced. So I just wanted to raise that for our dish of the day. We're due for our weather report at this time, so we're going to go across to take that in from the St. Lucia Met Services.
This has been The Daily Dish.
One tiles for your home, I see. Bathroom, kitchen, pantry. Need tiles for your balcony. Come down to Tiles Plus, satisfaction guarantee. Tiles Plus, Tiles Plus, Tiles Plus. Because if unbeatable cause customer service A plus this all kind of tasks come down to Tiles Plus. We also got gasway and vanity. Box, doors, you'll see. Come down to my nobody, we got the best as an island. Trust me. We are located Land Street in Castries, Bosses Grozile, and Flag Street in Viewport. Telephone number 453-7939.
Island style. We got the time to make you go. We got the time to make you say, yeah. We'll have to make the right choice. Island style. We got the time that will make you happy. Island style. Oh yeah. We make your dream come alive. In Island style.
We have tiles and king sets, pieces and ground. Everything you need is on the house out. For the best price and the latest style. Take a little drive down to Island Style car.
We got the time to make you go. We got the time to make you say, yeah. Quality, price, service, choice. It's all an Island Style.
Visit us at our showrooms in Bellarosa, Rodney Bay, on the John Compton Highway, Castries, and behind Ruby's Gas Station on the Library Viewport Highway. So call us on 450-452 or 453-TILE. Island Style, Tile and Bath. When you think tile, think Island Style.
And welcome back to the Lunchroom here at Radio Caribbean International. And of course, as I mentioned, we unfortunately don't have the weather, so we will actually have to continue with our program as is. Now, of course, if you want to call it to tell us what's on your plate today, the number to do so is 452-3046. Again, 452-3046 is our mainline number. And as I mentioned, we want to speak about the matter of CIP, but that clip is a little long, and so we won't be able to get through all of it today. But of course, the matter of the National Trust, as I mentioned, is also a very important one. And I do believe that, trust independence is actually very important, that they do need to be able to increase their revenue and to become far less dependent on government funding, so that they could in fact tell the government, hey, you know what, it's a nice cherry on the top, but we actually don't even need the resources, but let's face it, there is also a commitment that government should be placing in terms of heritage conservation. But let's hold that point and go to the phone lines. Good afternoon, welcome to the Lunchroom. What's on your plate today?
Good afternoon.
Hi, caller, how are you doing?
I'm fine. I noticed you mentioned this.
Yes, we were sorry about yesterday. I wasn't able to make it in.
Okay, because I said maybe no produce for the lunchroom.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
I said no produce for the lunchroom.
Oh, I didn't follow. But go ahead, caller, please.
No, I say food. I guess lunchroom. What do you say?
Oh, no produce.
Yeah.
No, I think it's being brought in. No.
Do you expect the gentleman to ever be in support of yours?
Sorry?
That is going to be given to National Trust. He definitely won't be in support of it because he has already lost his trust. So he will not support anything. Because I heard him say it when he first came, it was 80. The subvention was 80. And then I heard he said when he came in, it was 200, which I know is not. Wasn't it 780?
So many years ago, the St. Lucia National Trust subvention was actually $1 million. Then at some point it got reduced. I think it got reduced to $500,000 at some. I don't know exactly what year that was, but when it first started off way back in the 70s, I think they were getting a significant amount. Part of that, of course, was to assist in the whole development of Pigeon Island. So it had been $500,000 for a good number of years. And then I think under the Kenny Anthony administration, maybe sometime back in 2000 or so, it was increased to 700,000. But that additional 200,000 was actually monies that were supposed to have been put aside for the development of a headquarters for the St. Lucia National Trust. You'd recall that originally the headquarters was in VG, and then it got moved to Pigeon Island. And part of that was to, I suppose, tighten operations, and as well, the building that they were in was passed on to the archives. They needed more space in any case, so they took over that building. So that's what it was at, about 700,000. I think when there was a reduction which had been, again, maybe the National Trust fell out of favor. I think must have said something. I can't remember what the debate was at that time, during the King administration. And there was a reduction from 700,000 to 450,000 under the King administration.
But that's not what he said. He said 200,000 when he came in. It was at.
That's not correct.
That's what he said.
And I think when he came in, it was at $700,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, 700,000.
But he's totally not, because he's saying you're an entity that can raise funds on your own. That's what he's trying to say. You're making money there, you're making money there. So why would you? And that's what he's trying to say.
Yeah, but he's not making that argument about any other parastatal organization, is he? Many of which are in fact making revenue, making monies. So that idea that I don't know what he's expecting. You know, I mean, what the National Trust cannot sell its properties, right? So it's not like Invest St. Lucia. Invest St. Lucia has land. It was being vested since it was created back in the 1970s. It had over 5,000 acres of land that was vested in it, right? And in different parts of the island, even more land was invested in it. The Henry Farm coal lands and the River Dory lands. A number of properties have been invested in Invest St. Lucia, and they survive because they can actually sell property. They can they do development, subdivisions, and they sell property. That's how they've been operating for quite some time. And of course, they also have.
Make so much money, and they got Global Ports to clear Slasper loan.
Yeah,
is an entity that
Slasper, exactly, right. Slasper has assets. Slasper's assets are far more valuable than the St. Lucia National Trust assets. Not even comparable. They've got dedicated lines of finance, and yet still they have to look for government assistance. Sorry?
Do you charge people when they go to Prevost Park?
Prevost Park, no, there's no charge to go to Prevost Park.
That's why I think
there's no. The only place that the trust currently charges is the Pigeon Island National Landmark. Yeah. They do some tours. It's a seasonal thing to Maria Islands, right? But that's the extent of it. You see, again, the other thing about it too is how we've developed. So in the case of the Mon, which was our citadel, our historic fortress, if you want to call it that, a lot of the properties were divided up. They were sold. So it's not a cohesive space. You have a lot of different entities managing the spaces. Okay. So it makes it a lot more challenging to say that you're going to create, say, one, let's say if you're going to in Brimstone Hill, for example, up in St. Kitts, it's all kept together. But in the case of the Mon, we've subdivided it up. We've sold properties. People are living there. So it's a little challenging in terms of, developing areas where you can actually charge in the case of the Mon. Not impossible. It's not impossible, but I'm just saying it's a little bit more complex.
But wouldn't it possible to charge the people a fee to the one of the Mon?
Yeah, as I was saying, it's possible, but then you see, the other thing about the caller is that you still require money to invest, right? Yeah. So let's just look at the Mon, for example. You have what is the oldest building in St. Lucia, right? Across all of St. Lucia, the oldest known standing building, which is the old Powder Magazine, which is just on the back road on the Mon, the one that's right next to the Division of Technical Education. That was a powder magazine that was built by the French during the 1760s. And that has been earmarked for a possible interpretation center for the Mon. But again, that was one aspect of it. But then, as I said, in terms of the management now, a lot of the property around it ended up being taken up for DTEMs, right, which was originally part of the trust property. A small section was left for this for the powder magazine, and it costs quite a lot in terms of restoration of these historic buildings, right? So,
But doesn't it? But worldwide, when it comes to heritage, like all of these things, when it comes to the governments in this, don't they invest very heavily in the upkeep and making sure that these things always stay intact?
totally, caller, exactly.
Because I listen to programs and you hear of buildings that were in the 16th century.
You know what's ironic about it too, caller?
Mm-hmm.
The And again, I guess maybe it's outlook as to what we when we talk about tourism, right?
Yeah.
But when we think about the most visited places around the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Invariably, these are heritage hotspots. People are coming to enjoy the architecture of the space. They're coming to enjoy the beauty of the monuments. They're coming to enjoy the natural beauty of the space in the parks, right? The museums, the gardens, the temples. You look at Paris, right?
But last
Right?
night it was shown. Last night I was listening to one of these programs. Things 16th century, 14th century, and those are upkept.
Mm-hmm.
Are kept so well.
Mm-hmm.
And I could not believe how far the things have been there for so long.
And in St. Lucia, as soon as we see
detail.
something growing on the building, we believe, oh, knock it down. That's an old building, right? That's the mindset. It's an old building, tiwesa, that's unfortunately the attitude that we have. But it's not. It is seemingly also being propagated by the very government authorities that are supposed to be looking to protect and to celebrate our heritage, and that's part of the problem that we have. So if the mindset is already so so bad at the head, goodness, what we'll expect that for the average individual to have, they won't have any confidence or respect in.
And then you have people that are supporting that, supporting him in this kind of attitude. Some people are complaining, why can't the national just take care of themselves? They're charging, you have people saying those things instead of saying to the person, no, this is our heritage. And people that know better, this is our heritage. If you listen to certain programs, geographic things, you hear that. You hear tourists are coming there by in the millions just to go for that place, to walk through the halls of this, to walk through the gardens, to do all kinds of things, and yet you have something, and I can imagine what will happen if some of these gentlemen has to win the election and come back. It's going to come like a bulldozer at National Trust.
Well, I don't know what to say about that one, caller, and the heritage of the country, but I think we have to get to a point where the average person has that greater appreciation for it. But unfortunately, it's a cultural thing. How do we expect our young people to have an appreciation for our own when we don't have a museum, we don't have a national museum, we're not teaching about our own sufficiently. So there is a lot of interest in there, and in fact, you know what? If they're fortunate enough to have an opportunity to travel, they may see it outside, and then they may think to themselves, "Wow, I'm coming from a country that has nothing," right? When it actually does, but it's not protected, it's not celebrated, it's quite often lost.
And then I have to ask a question: how can you be a tourism minister and not have your country's heritage at heart in promoting it and selling it?
Yeah. And it also needs to be seen as everybody's business, right? Yeah. It's not just the National Trust's business. Everybody has a part to play in heritage. There's this belief there's an old building. Oh, the National Trust has to do something about it. The National Trust has to step in. The National Trust has to do this, right? It's impossible. It's impossible to expect it because invariably it's a privately owned property, right? And so that is why they're supposed to be there's listings of buildings. That's why there's an identification. These are historic. They are significant because of possibly one, its architectural style, its design, the rarity of what it exists, the age of the building, who may have actually lived there. So part of it is that we have not in and of it ourselves done enough to record our very own history, right? And to appreciate what's out there. And that goes across a lot of institutions, Carla. It's not just the National Trust. It's not even, I mean, the government has a role to play, but even institutions have roles to play as well in terms of protecting their own history. A lot of the oldest buildings, like in Castries, you look at it right now, are owned by churches.
Yes.
Right? Trinity Church, for example, was the Anglican Church is built in 1831, right? And then next to it, of course, as well, you have a very old annex building, which used to be the infant school. And then later on, I think that building is tremendously old. People like Arthur Lewis went to school in that building, You've got another interesting one in the gardens, the Curator's Lodge.
Girl Guides headquarters, that whole thing there for a long time.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about the Girl Guides one in particular, but the Curator's Lodge there is a very old building as well. I think that dates from the 1880s, right? So, I mean, you've got institutions like the Ministry of Health. They have historic buildings on their property. They have Victoria Hospital, for example. Right. So that's been there for quite a while. Government House is another good example of that. So these are state properties, but you also have a number of them that are not state properties that are maybe in the hands of institutions like churches, right?
What about Parliament?
The Parliament building is not so old. That one dates from about 1954. That came after the Castries fire of 1948. So those.
Maybe they're not doing enough about those things. Maybe they need to be. They have what they have NTN and all those things for. Come on, show, give people, have talk shows, have programs, educate people, and go to the schools. I don't think much of even in the schools, much of the trend know about all of these things. I don't think you have people from this institution even coming to the schools.
Yeah, and you're very correct about that. And I think that is, in fact, if maybe that's what you can criticize the National Trust for doing. You need to do more to go out to the schools, right? And assist teachers and whatnot. And the schools, too, have to also see how they can ensure that they're including field trips.
We would take our children to Pigeon Point for the term, every term, and then they would take those children into every part, take them all the way to the top, the older ones, inside the building, explain as young as they are. They would tell them so much would learn from that thing, but enough is not being done because it's not all schools that will, think of taking the trend there, for a tour guide to take them around, to explain things to them, tell them how long, to show them the old cemetery where the soul, all of those things. And we took great pleasure in taking our children there each time, just for that information, because the more you enforce it in them about those things, our heritage and what are those things for, it's the better for the country, because they now can go on and pass the message on to others. But I don't think that is being done. How many times the National Trust, I have to say, although they think, has gone to the different schools just to have a discussion, just to let the trend know about the different sites, how long they have been there, what they, all of these things, a lot of these things need to be done A lot what more has to be done.
And so it's ironic, caller, that all of these things have to be done, right? And where are the resources going to come to do those very same things, right? If we are not even, I mean, you even and he's to fuss over that amount of money that you're speaking about. When you think about it from a countrywide perspective, considering the amount of money that we're spending on so many other things, it's a drop in the bucket. In terms of what is, when you compare it with what other agencies, what other areas are, and these things have to be seen to be very important. For even from the touristic perspective, it has to be seen to be important. Yeah. So let's see how that one continues to pan out, caller. But I do take the point that, of course, it's not to say that that this organization, the National Trust, is a perfect organization. It has lots of flaws, and I'm sure it needs to be doing more as well.
No organization is perfect. There's always more that can be done.
Yeah. So but to suggest that it's you need to do more. You need to do more. Yes. Let's ask for more, but let's also ensure that we actually are providing the resources for them to be able to actually support and do more.
Again, if more is expected, or more should be given to if you expect more.
Yeah. Well, caller, a lot of times those statements are really just deflectionary statements to get away from other agendas which individuals quite often want to engage in. So, in other words, you're not using that site enough. Well, let somebody else take over, right? And then you see the real true capitalistic interest that is at play. There has to be a balance, I mean,
one day you'll get up and somebody come and tell you.
There has to be
one day you'll get up and somebody come to tell you the own pigeon point the list is this.
Okay, exactly.
I just hope some people wasn't saying, and one day somebody come and say to you, or some big agents from just come to see you. I have the list for this for how many years? You're working hard, they're not even believe it.
Well, and let's remember that was exactly what happened there back in the 1970s, right? The lease was given to a property development company, Rodney Bay Limited, with the intention of turning that area into an area for condominiums, right? It was supposed to be in a housing retreat, a little enclave. That was the plan. So
there seems to be a disdain for the National Trust and saying it's like, that could have gone for something better. And why do you have it? To me, that's what I'm getting. It's that disdain.
Yeah.
And if I could have sold that for something better, or released that to some foreign investor that could have come and that's what I'm getting. And if people are not careful, that's what might happen if certain people have their way.
And what's also very sad about the whole situation too, Kuala, is that we have so little, right? We have lost so much. We have so little. And you look at a place like Pigeon Island, it's just 44 acres, right? That's not even comparable to any great park in London, or it's not comparable to any real. There's so many places where we should probably have open space that's guaranteed to everybody, and it's such a small amount, very small amount. You can't even call it a national park, which is why they had to rename it a national landmark, right? A very, very small amount of land. Central Park in Manhattan is almost 900 acres, and you have a little tiny little island, right, which is already insufficient for when you think about it, from the amount of people, the young people who are looking for a place to recreate and to, and that's really where we need to be doing a lot more of as a country, to the benefit of everybody, citizens, as well as other people who want to visit our island.
When the visitors come in, because just last year we had visitors that come from overseas, and we went there, and I actually went to the very top where you can see, and you could hear the people that what they would ask us questions. Although I was not able to see, but I'm sitting at the top there, and hear these people coming and ask you questions, and they just love it. They just love everything about it. They appreciate just that, but yet we, in our own country, we don't see what, and they would say that. Just sitting there for that whole time and hearing these people talk, the gratitude they had, just being able to sit and use the, how you call it, the saying, look through and all of this.
Yeah.
And then it gave me such a pleasure because I had never been to the top. I was all the time we were going with the children.
You just went to the beach.
I had never been. And so people were taking pictures.
Yes.
And all sorts of things. Then I say, look at how long I'm here. And I've never been to the top. And look at how these people are appreciating it. And this is something, as I say, we take us so much for granted. So much for granted. And just sitting there relaxing in that place. You don't know how much that has, going to other countries and you're going to certain places and there's so much for you to see.
Yeah.
Security and all around to guide you and everything. And yet, a small thing like that, you're making such a fuss and getting on and have problems with it. When this is our treasure.
Yeah. So let's hope we can do better. Let's hope we can all do better as a country, because at the end of the day, we're all not going to be around for long. The stuff that we're enjoying was around way before us, and exactly why we need to pass it on to those generations to come. All right, caller.
Frigate.
Sorry?
Frigate.
Frigate Islands. What about them?
It's no longer in existence or anything.
Well, you remember there was a trail in that area at Prale, right? The East Coast Trail, it was called. And then came in Le Paradis. Okay. You remember that whole story about Le Paradis? And so the islands themselves are still there. Frigate, minor and major, obviously, they haven't gone anywhere. But the access, because remember there was a trail that you would walk down to.
Takes you to a beach with black
to a beach, right? And you probably saw the neighborhood snakes as well, the boas, and then of course
the coconut tree. They said that was the guy told us that coconut tree was there for over 100 years.
Interesting. Well, now he knew that one.
And these are the places I just used to love to go because just exploring those places.
Yes.
So that's what. Yes. So okay then.
Okay. All right. Thanks very much for that, caller. Have a good one. Bye. And unfortunately, it looks like we're already over time here. Just that one call. But of course, we'll be back again tomorrow, God willing, for another program. And we do hope that you can join us for that. Hopefully tomorrow we can unpack that speech by Mr. Ernest Hilaire on CIP. Well, that's all the time we have. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.
spinning all the hits. All the hits. All day long. RCI 101, number one.
I'm taking it easy, check my steps, I'm not in a hurry. Singing my life, the things that I needed so bad. Morning sun rising behind me, stars at night come out to remind me to give thanks for all of the things that I have. All is well, I've got my health and in such good shape. Pockets broken, I've got nothing waiting for that break. So I'm giving thanks. All I've got, I'm giving thanks. Whether or not I'm giving thanks for the life in me, I'm giving thanks now. Right now, the friends I'm surrounded are but few. Glad I'm not crowded. Just enough for me to concentrate. One by one, counting my blessings, getting close to goals that I'm setting. If I make mistakes, correct me, don't you hesitate. All is well, I've got my health and in such good shape. Pockets broken, I've got nothing waiting for that break. So I'm giving thanks. All I've got, I'm giving thanks. Whether or not I'm giving thanks for the life I've got, I'm giving thanks now. Yes, I'm giving thanks. All I've got, I'm giving thanks. Whether or not I'm giving thanks for the life I've got, I'm giving thanks now. Right now, I'm taking it easy. Check my steps, I'm not in a hurry. Soon I'll have the things that I needed so bad. Morning sun rising behind me, stars of nights come out to remind me to give thanks for all of the things that I have. All is well, I've got my health and in such good shape now. Pockets broken, I've got nothing waiting for that break. Now I'm giving thanks. All I've got, I'm giving thanks. Whether or not I'm giving thanks for the life I've got, I'm giving thanks now. Yes, I'm giving thanks. All I've got, I'm giving thanks. Whether or not I'm giving thanks for the life in me, I'm giving thanks now. Well, I'm giving thanks. All I've got, I'm giving thanks. Whether or not I'm giving thanks for the life in me, I'm giving thanks now. Ooh, I'm giving thanks. All I've got, I'm giving thanks. Whether or not I'm giving thanks for the life in me, giving thanks now. Yes, I'm giving thanks. All I've got, I'm giving thanks. Whether or not I'm giving thanks for the life in me, I'm giving thanks now. Ooh, I'm giving thanks now. All I've got, I'm giving thanks. Whether or not I'm giving thanks for the life in me. No, I never can understand it. The way the system planned, there's no hope, no chance, no loophole, no escape for a sufferer man. 'Cause every time I lift my head above water and try to save myself from drown, there's an overnight scheme all worked out, designed to keep me down. Still I'm putting up a resistance. I'm gonna work it out. You know I'm putting up a resistance. I've gotta work it out. Window. I wanna stay home tonight. I long to spend some time with the family, but Staying home won't make it right. Sometimes the pressure make me feel like Paula when every sign says no way out. Breaking my back to make an overtime dollar. That just goes from hand to mouth. Still I'm putting up a resistance. I'm gonna work it out. You know I'm putting up a resistance now. I've got to work it out. Lord, I'm putting up resistance. I'm gonna work it out. You know I'm putting up resistance. I'm gonna work it out, Lord. Got to fight it. Got to. No, I never can understand it. The way the system goes. I don't know how they do it. It's only one way things flow. Cause every time I lift my head above water and try to save myself from drown, there's an overnight scheme all worked out, designed to keep me down. Still I'm putting up a resistance. I've got to work it out. You know I'm putting up a resistance. I'm gonna work it out. Whoa, putting up a resistance. I'm gonna work it out. Putting up a resistance now. I'm gonna work it out. Wanna stay home tonight. Like to spend some time with my family. Staying home won't make it right. Sometimes the pressure make me feel like harder. When every sign says no way out. Breaking my back to make an overnight dollar.
She leads a lonely life. She leads a lonely life. When she woke up late in the morning light, and the day had just begun, she opened up her eyes and thought, oh, what a morning. It's not a day for what? It's a day for catching time. She was lying on the beach and having fun. She's going to get you. All that she wants is another baby. She's gone tomorrow, boy. All that she wants is another baby. Yeah. All that she wants is another baby. She's gone tomorrow, boy. All that she wants is another baby. Yeah. So if you are inside and the day is right, she's the hunter, you're the fox. The gentle voice that talks to you won't talk forever. It is the night for passion, till the morning means goodbye. Beware of what is flashing in her eyes. She's going to get ya. All that she wants is another baby. She's gone tomorrow, boy. All that she wants is another baby. Yeah. All that she wants is another baby. She's gone.
Introducing Digicel's all-new prepaid Prime Ultra bundles that give you more value for your money. Packed with more end-use data than ever before, which rolls over once you auto-renew. Enjoy endless social data to text on Snapchat, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Entertainment data for the apps you love. Netflix, Spotify, YouTube, and TikTok. Plus, endless Digicel to Digicel calls on all bundles. Minutes for other local calls and regional and international minutes on the 5-day Prime Ultra bundle or higher. You never miss a beat. Activate a Digicel Prime Ultra bundle today in the My Digicel app for as low as $6.99. Digicel, better connected to the best LTE network.
Oh, yeah. We got the time to make you go. We got the time to make you say, yeah. We'll have to make the right choice. Island style. We got the time that will make you happy. Island style. Oh, yeah. We make your dream come alive in Island style.
We have tiles and king sets, mixes and ground. Everything you need is on the house out. For the best price and the latest style. Take a little drive down to Island Style car.
We got the time to make you go. We got the time to make you say, quality, price, service, choice. It's all an Island Style.
Visit us at our showrooms in Belarus and Rodney Bay on the John Compton Highway, Cass Street, and behind Ruby's Gas Station on the Library Viewfort Highway. So call us on 450-452 or 453-TILE. Island Style, Tile and Bath. When you think tile, think Island Style.
I ain't defend the down first, it's a must. You don't need a iron eye fight now first. Cause everything them say them rightful won't belong to us. My father don't tell iron eye, everything shall fall to iron eye, it's a must. So Babylon set the liberty, every day another one bite the dust. My Lord, you don't have to say you're sorry.
Give your child an edge with skills-based learning. At the St. Lucia TVET Institute School of Innovation and Technology, we offer internationally recognized certifications in small appliance repair, small engine repair, fitness instruction, barbering, and more. To learn more, visit our Facebook page at TVET St. Lucia or contact us via WhatsApp at 730-0370. St. Lucia TVET Institute School of Innovation and Technology, bridging the skills gap.
Get ready for the perfect blend of culture and vibes. Sunday, October 27th, Bacchanal Brunch of Quail. Kicking off from 12 noon, we're bringing you the best DJs, spinning the hottest tunes, Creole food that will make your taste buds dance, and vibes get done at the KT Gardens. Dress to impress in your Creole chic outfit and let loose like never before. This is the brunch of all brunches where Creole meets Bacchanal. Sunday, October 27th from 12 noon. Early tickets are very limited. Regular $175 food inclusive tickets available from The Cell and Eventbrite.com. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now. Come for the food. Stay for the Bacchanal.
Here's how to register in Let's Bet by the St. Lucia National Lottery. Step 1. Tap on the register button to kick off your journey. Step 2. Complete the registration form with your details, making sure everything's spot on. Step 3. Tap on register to lock in your registration. Step 4. It's ID verification time. Select the type of document you'll be using and snap a picture or upload an existing one. Finally, step 5. Tap on submit image for verification and let us handle the rest. Remember to check your email for verification. And now you're ready to play in Let's Bet. Brought to you by the St. Lucia National Lottery. Changing lives.
The hurricane season is still here, and now is the time to stock up on Eve's delicious and nutritious canned foods. From savory meats to beans and vegetables, Eve's range is packed with flavor and convenience. From October 1st to November 30th, don't miss our special promotion and ensure your family is ready. Stay safe, stay prepared, and choose Eve for quality canned foods you can trust. Visit your local supermarket today. Eve, distributed in St. Lucia by Peter and Company Distribution.
The future of communication is here. Say hello to eSIM at Digicel. Use your Digicel number without a physical SIM card in your phone, and your data, minutes, and SMS all there. eSIM works with prepaid and postpaid. Activate more than one eSIM on the same device and use multiple phone numbers without a physical SIM card. Convert your existing number for only $10. Switch to Digicel and get a free eSIM, free 30-day plan, and 30 gigabytes data free. Digicel, first to give you eSIM technology in St. Lucia. Available at any Digicel store. Digicel, better connected.
101.1 and 99.1. This is Turn Up Radio.
I don't never seen that come on. I don't go much to play. Un tout ce n'est pas en place, ça c'est mon lit. Eh bien, ça m'a dit, ça m'a bail. Ou ni lâche tout ça maman moi. Ou dit maman mon content moi. Moi t'en nous ni kadi toute la famille ou pas ça fait ça moi. Ou ni lâche pour sa pension. Mon dou mauvais passer toute jeune femme. Ou tout vle yon bagay qui bien bandé, yon bagay qui tension. Moi dou mam vin na ba ou. Dep se ban fe ou vle mam vin na ba ou. Ou sa fin point yon sway a vin na ba ou. Dep se ban fe ou vle mam vin na ba ou. Ou ni non mwen tout an chimè, kadi mwen ni ban fe kasime. Mon di mwen kay ba ou ban fe kwe, dile mwen we man yo ka wime. Ou ja fe mwen connaît tout plan ou, madame ma kay gaspiller temps. Mais pas madame mwen fe apologie, si mwen wache foutan ou pas di temps. Mwen ka ba ou, dep se ban fe ou vle mam vin na ba ou. Ou sa fin kwa yo sway a vin na ba ou. Dep se ban fe ou vle mam vin na ba ou. Ou ni lâche pour sa maman moi. Ou di maman mon content moi. Moi t'en nous ni kadi toute la famille ou pas ça fait ça moi. Ou ni lâche pour sa pension. Mon tout mauvais passer toute jeune femme. Ou tout vle yon bagay qui bien bandé, yon bagay qui tension. Moi dou mam vin na ba ou. Dep se ban fe ou vle mam vin na ba ou.
Messieurs, mesdames, on t'imagine me fait tweet là. Les manifestes qui fait. Moi, je fais un petit bouillon. Moi, j'ai fait commission. Moi, je pris un petit diffère. Mais moi, pas ni chez bon. Des fois, c'est ça les ans. Moi, j'ai fait préparation. Un seul bagage, moi, ma chère. C'est différent, pas tes sons. Mais n'est pas moi boire. Li, mais pas moi boire. Mais n'est pas moi pousser, pas moi fouiller, pas moi boire. Mais n'est pas moi boire. Li, mais pas moi boire. Mais n'est pas moi pousser, pas moi fouiller, pas moi boire. Il s'est pas mogo, il s'est pas coco. Depuis on y poto, nous caille pour iglo. Il s'est pas caco, il s'est pas sota pas coco. Depuis on y poto, nous caille pour iglo. Mais n'est pas moi boire, li mais pas moi boire. Mais n'est pas moi pousser, pas moi fouiller, pas moi boire. Mais n'est pas moi boire, li mais pas moi boire. Mais n'est pas moi pousser, pas moi fouiller, pas moi boire. Ça les ont j'en nettoyé, voyons-nous comme cher. Vini vite, ça ne fait diffère. J'y plan ou caille liché. Ça les ont j'en nettoyé, voyons-nous comme cher. Vini vite, ça ne fait diffère. J'y plan ou caille liché. Mais n'est pas moi boire, li mais pas moi boire. Mais n'est pas moi pousser, pas moi fouiller, pas moi boire. Mais n'est pas moi boire, li mais pas moi boire. Mais n'est pas moi pousser, pas moi fouiller, pas moi boire.
Lanyo chay we man d'escapade, pas that blame my moon. Somebody you. Jouer, puis moi pas jouer, puis manger moi. Coudez-moi. Si patate la gloum, ma veille. Si patate la blême, ma ka manger. Si patate la gloum, ma veille. Si patate la blême, ma ka acheter. Moi blé bocal te manger. Pas moi bocal te manger. Moi blé bocal te manger. L'argent moi n'a dépensé. On te patate collant moi blé. Bon la place moi ka aller. Ça les ont en l'air qui fait. L'argent moi n'a dépensé. On te patate collant moi blé. Bon la place moi ka aller. Ça les ont en l'air qui fait. L'argent moi n'a dépensé. Si patate la gloum, ma veille. Si patate la blême, ma ka manger. Si patate la gloum, ma veille. Si patate la blême, ma ka acheter. Moi blé bocal te manger. Pas moi bocal te manger. Moi blé bocal te manger. L'argent moi n'a dépensé. On dit patate collant moi fait. Bon la place moi ka aller. Ça les ont en l'air qui fait. L'argent moi n'a dépensé. On dit patate collant moi fait. Bon la place moi ka aller. Ça les ont en l'air qui fait. L'argent moi n'a dépensé. Pourquoi te manger, tu boy. C'est ça moi blé. Ça moi d'où là. Jouer, puis moi pas jouer, puis manger moi. Mais c'est crown encore. Oui alors il fait ma baille là. Si je tente qui ça m'a la dit moi voilà. Moi-même sauté. Mais sauté, mais nous. Marcella, ou ka kouye moi tous les jours. Pas mêler si moi travaille toujours. Dini a bagay pour faire moi fou. Marcella, coupe bagay salade. Oui, coupe bagay la nigou. Ma vle pièce toi ka e pou. C'est pas blanc. Qui a si we bagay la dou. Di pa me, just di moi vin kwe a chok coupe. Ou sajik jeune de souble. Vin kwe a chok coupe. Pa vle bagay la gaspiller. Vin kwe a chok coupe. Isom no pou yo sabote. Vin kwe a chok coupe. C'est la vle bon pou coupe ma we. Aïe aïe aïe, les moi wive. Matin préparé, Marcella auto mauvais, c'est coupé à cuisine, à cuisine, à cuisine, c'est coupé à l'étape, à l'étape, à l'étape. Marcella moudé à puis dis-moi, fin quoi à choc coupé, ou s'agit que je ne souble, fin quoi à choc coupé, pas les bagailles à gaspiller, fin quoi à choc coupé, ils sont pas pour y saboter, fin quoi à choc coupé, Marcella veut pas couper ma way. Massage aime la couper. Moi aime couper. Moi blé couper. Journée quoi la wibe. Massage aime la couper. Moi aime couper. Après ça, moi blé couper. Il pas me, testi moi vin quoi à choc couper. Ou s'agit que je ne souble. Vin quoi à choc couper. Pas les bagailles à gaspiller. Vin quoi à choc couper. Ils sont pas pour y saboter. Vin quoi à choc couper. C'est la vraie qu'on peut couper ma way.
.1 and 99.1. This is Turn Up Radio.
The future of communication is here. Say hello to eSIM at Digicel. Use your Digicel number without a physical SIM card in your phone, and your data, minutes, and SMS all there. eSIM works with prepaid and postpaid. Activate more than one eSIM on the same device and use multiple phone numbers without a physical SIM card. Convert your existing number for only $10. Switch to Digicel and get a free eSIM, free 30-day plan, and 30 gigabytes data free. Digicel, first to give you eSIM technology in St. Lucia. Available at any Digicel store. Digicel, better connected.
Island style, yeah. We got the time to make you go. We got the time to make you say, yeah. We'll have to make the right choice. Island style, whoa. We got the time that will make you happy. Island style, oh yeah. We make your dream come alive in Island style.
We have tiles and thin sets, pieces and ground. Everything you need is on the house out. For the best price and the latest style. Take a little drive down to Island Style car.
We got the time to make you go. We got the time to make you say, yeah. Quality rice, service choice. It's all an Island Style.
Visit us at our showrooms in Belarus and Rodney Bay on the John Compton Highway, Cass Street, and behind Ruby's Gas Station on the Library Viewfort Highway. So call us on 450-452 or 453-TILE. Island Style, Tile and Bath. When you think tile, think Island Style.
Milano Pale Skin Clarity System. Clear skin is possible. Acne and problem skin should not be a problem. Milanopeel's medical grade cosmeceutical and acne-ceutical skincare effectively clears discolorations, melasma, and acne. Visit us to learn more. Clear skin is possible with Milanopeel.
Get it exclusively in St. Lucia at the Dermalogics Medical Laser and Facial Aesthetic Clinic, located in Rodney Bay at the Providence Medical Center on the same floor as Lusolec.
Introducing Digicel's all-new prepaid Prime Ultra bundles that give you more value for your money, packed with more and-use data than ever before, which rolls over once you auto-renew. Enjoy endless social data to text on Snapchat, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Entertainment data for the apps you love, Netflix, Spotify, YouTube, and TikTok. Plus, limitless Digicel to Digicel calls on all bundles, minutes for other local calls, and regional and international minutes on the 5-day Prime Ultra bundle or higher. You never miss a beat. Activate a Digicel Prime Ultra bundle today in the My Digicel app for as low as $6.99. Digicel, better connected to the best LTE network.
Get ready for the perfect blend of culture and vibes. Sunday, October 27th, Bacchanal Brunch of Quayo. Kicking off from 12 noon, we're bringing you the best DJs, spinning the hottest tunes, Creole food that will make your taste buds dance, and vibes get done at the KT Gardens. Dress to impress in your Creole chic outfit and let loose like never before. This is the brunch of all brunches when Creole meets Bacchanal. Sunday, October 27th from 12 noon. Tickets are very limited. Regular $175 food inclusive tickets available from the Cell and Eventbrite.com. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now. Come for the food. Stay for the Bacchanal.
This cannot be happening right now. My interview's in 20 minutes.
Julia had one job, get there. But it looks like her battery life was low. And now, instead of sealing the deal at her future dream job, she's going to be stuck working in a 2x4 sized cubicle next to Tanya, who talks too much, and Stinky Fit Steve indefinitely. Don't be like Julia. Make sure you get where you need to with the all-new Maximo battery. Available island-wide at all automotive art stores and leading gas stations and part shops. The all-new Maximo battery now comes with an up to 2-year full replacement warranty for installation and free maintenance check at Automotive Art. The all-new Maximo battery. Get there.
Milano Peel Skin Clarity System. Clear skin is possible. Acne and problem skin should not be a problem. Milanopeel's medical grade cosmeceutical and acne-ceutical skincare effectively clears discolorations, melasma, and acne. Visit us to learn more. Clear skin is possible with Milanopeel.
Get it exclusively in St. Lucia at the Dermalogics Medical Laser and Facial Aesthetic Clinic, located in Rodney Bay at the Providence Medical Center on the same floor as Lusolec.
This is Turn Up Radio, 101.1 FM.
Play in HD.
Too much whining could ever be a bad thing, girl. Don't let them call you no bad thing, girl. Start to shake up your bad thing, girl.
Well, all right then.
Too much whining could never be.
It can't be too much, man. Why? Wow, Caribbean people we be in a man. What do you mean too much wine?
Pretty girl just wine.
We must wine.
Pretty girl just wine and go down.
Right there, sir. Oh Lord. Hey, good afternoon. It is Stretch Free Let Now Wednesday. It's also your Dermalogics Minute. That's half hour right here. We're about to go under now this, you know. And we pelted ways. They say too much. Well, they can't bother. Well, we go wine now for the rest of the year. I don't know. I'm going to try. Come here, just get up on the side, we go wine. And give a half piece of wine. If you're whining, you're whining. You get me? You can't do the thing halfway, man. You had a pelt waste if you decide to pelt waste. You can't be, you know, unsure with the thing, you know. If you take up yourself and decide is wine, you want wine, your best belt ways. And anything you decide to do for that matter, you best do it. You understand? Once you take your good self and decide, we're going to do that, then do it from the heart. Do it full 100. Go hard or go home. That is my policy in life. If I doing it, I go do it to the best. Let me tell you, I go do it top of top. You understand? If I decide to do it, there's going to be nobody doing it better than me. Best believe that. You understand? Okay. You're playing HG Marine. This is our first hour and probably our only hour in your company on a Wednesday. That's how it goes. So we got to make it matter. We got to make it count. Good afternoon. It's quite hot on the outside. Make sure you stay hydrated. Drink your water. Mind your business. See it? All right, then. That rhythm that's sweet, man. There we go. Squeeze it again, my DJ. Too much whining. Oh, boy.
Yeah, with the program, no man. Hey, I have something to get off my chest. Get off my chest. Get off my chest. If I give you the time, make it worth my while. I want you to spend your money. All of this for your body. Want you to spend your money. All of this for your body. Spend all your money, all of me. Don't put a link for nobody. I want you to spend your money. All of this for your body. You don't say you wanna do something. Company, you want to show up thing. Company, you wanna look like king. And all your friends thinking that we link. You really think it's so? You really think it's so? Same thing that go work. And all your chicks that say that go work. So you say just bring it out. Bring me thing, just bring it out. Say when I whine and fling it out. Oh gosh, how you? Hey, how you? Give me the thing where you say you have for me. The thing you say you have for me. Just bring me thing where you say you have for me. The thing you say you have for me. Treat me right now and watch how I go ride a bike now. Oh Lord, how you? Give me the thing where you say you have for me. The thing you say you have for me. Bring the thing down and watch how I go ride all night now. Wind me down now, how you? Bring the thing down. Bring it come. I want to bubble and roll it. Bring me the thing down and watch how I go ride a bike now. Wind me down now, how you? Bring the thing down. Bring it come. How are you? Come take charge of it.
Wine away. Every girl come push to the base. All the time we take in the day. Time to throw it away. Yeah. And you pull out yourself in a party. Both hands up. Every girl wine and bubble up. Every girl wine and bubble up. Yeah. You pull out yourself in a party. People man is the least of your problem. A girl man is the least of your problem. Money man is the least of your problem. A girl man is the least of your problem. Hey girl, one to them, them. One to them. Hey, wine your body and show up on them. Wine your body and show up on them. You know that you are 10 out of 10. You are the zungo zen. Wine your body and show up on them. Wine your body and show up on them. You is a girl the one no man problem. You are the good zungo zen. Girl, you wet. When you bubble, girl, you wet. Hey, girl, you wet. You is trouble. Girl, you wet. Girl, you wet. When you bubble, girl, you wet. Hey, girl, you wet. You is trouble. Girl, you wet.
This wine and a normal thing, girl. Oh, just about to have me wondering if me finger put on the ring, cause it feels so sweet every time you bubbling, girl, bubble. Like your name winter fresh. The competition, baby girl, you are the best. When you wine, you get all the attentiveness. The thing behind you come rest upon this. Girl, wine like your name double mint. With no behavior, you don't have your drinks. And your pocket full of money like a you have the brinks. So no position to the song when me a sing, girl, bubble. Bubble like gum. Bend over, put your hand on the ground and bubble. Bubble like gum. Now wine the have to bring the income, girl, bubble. Bubble like gum. Bend over, put your hand on the ground and bubble.
Watch how we moving smooth with the thing there on a Wednesday afternoon.
Give me funga. Baby girl, I love how you thunder. Hey, me and you alone, I go banga. So come wine, give me thunder. Hey, yo, I miss you from the time you went away. Oh, baby, I love never felt this type of way. Hey, yo, when you give me that wine, it's about the way you got on your fire, baby. When you talk about the fine, for me you got the thing I desire, baby. But look how you love it, come back again. Make me feel some type of way. Sending a message straight to me brain. Sing like the Bamba Day. And anytime you come around, I'll be the one to give you love. You know I must come back. All I want to say, come wine, give me banga. Baby girl, I love how you thunder. Me and you alone, I go banga. So come wine, give me thunder.
let's mix and things in the air. Y'all them say that they love the dress. Follow me on Instagram and the trend. Yes. They never see me walking real life just to buy car. Never with a girl who just below par. So when you see we doing it by the bar, hey, I hate that. See you later. Study your own, don't study my paper. Buying bottles like we don't care. Spraying champagne up in the air. Yes, I hate that. See you later. Study your own, don't study my paper. Spraying champagne up in the air. Whoa. God has been with this now, we don't care. Yeah. Living the life that all of them want. Standing some jealousy in the air. Yeah. Living the free life all of them want. Look at people in here tonight. That's what we do. And it's you running through my mind. I might even whine if you give me time like you want this, darling. I have something for you right there. I catching a feeling right up on your bumper, baby. I know where you're from, Miss Lady. I don't forget the band go down there. I know you're not easy. Long time I've been waiting for you. I have something for you. And it's time to leave in the morning.
Well, it's 2:45. Around that time, we normally get our call from the team up at the Dermalogics Clinic. It is your Dermalogics Minute today. It's a Wednesday, of course, no man. Cool, no man. Remember, good, no man. So we are waiting to call, but in the meantime, we're jamming some good old music right here. We're waiting to call from our team members up at the Dermalogics. I wonder what it is they're going to be touching on today for.
And again, and again, and again, and again. Oh God. Best job ever. Best job ever. Best job ever. I want you hold me, darling, and give me the best time of my life. Best time of my life. Best time, baby, hold me and wrap your arms around me, give me the best time of my life.
Just like clockwork, I tell all you they're on time. They're definitely on time. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Maureen.
What is going on, man? How is this heat treating you guys up in the north?
It's wonderful. It's hot, but it's wonderful.
It's nice, I know, right? It's just making you feel you want to just, fire the day and go and just sprawl off on sprawl off on a yacht out there, on the ocean.
You definitely understand.
I understand the thing. What's going on, Ash? Of course, following up from last week. Was quite a nice session that we had last week, and of course we're excited to see what it is, or to hear, to listen to what it is you're about to unveil for us again this week. So the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Maureen. Let me just say good afternoon to the entire family at RCI, and good afternoon to all of our listeners, and again welcome to the Dermalogics Minute from all of us here at the Dermalogics Clinic in Rodney Bay. We are located at the Providence Medical Center, same floor and building as looks like an NIC, and upstairs Diamond Girl. Let me just say happy Wednesday to everybody, and I'm back as always to discuss exciting things in aesthetic and cosmetic dermatology. On my Melanopil Monday Instagram live this week, Maureen, I'm not sure if you got a chance to view, but I went beyond just telling you what we had on sale. So in case we have listeners who don't know, we do a weekly sale on our transformative Melanopil and Dermalogics medical skincare pieces. Our sale can be on anything, so you really must tune in to see what we have. It could be medicated cleansers, toners, serums, or creams, and every single one of these is meant to get you clearer, glowier skin. Now, we can add to what we have available from Melanopil to get you glowier skin. The anti-acne and anti-aging skincare foundation. And when I say foundation, I mean makeup foundation. So I tried it on my last IG Live on Monday, and we all saw the difference in my skin. So just imagine a foundation that's actually good for your skin and fights acne and wrinkles while doing it. It's hair, and we have it available for any and everyone. You want to know a little more about this, Marine?
Well, obviously.
I know it's definitely going to be your forte.
Ooh, I'm excited.
So what's so special about this hybrid makeup and skincare piece? Imagine makeup being a skincare piece, Marine. I need everybody to understand that this is not just a foundation; it is a skincare piece.
Wow.
So it's a medicated premium makeup mineral foundation that's also good for your skin. This one comes in 8 yummy shades for both light and dark skin. Shades like chocoholic, eclair, caramel, cocoa, chai, and light souffle means that either white or dark skin tones are covered. So it's both anti-acne and anti-aging, and you love what's in this. So to begin with, this mineral foundation offers a little SPF of 15. So any level of sun protection helps while managing your acne. And the big boys in there are retinol, niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, matrixyl anti-aging wrinkle firming peptides, and a newbie ingredient. This one is snow mushrooms. So snow mushrooms are aquaporin skin hydrators, antioxidants, and also help brighten the skin along with the retinol. So for acne patients, these are foundations that you can use. They're lightweight and you can party with them without worrying about them making your breakouts worse. And for aging skin, you get skin firming and anti-wrinkle benefits. And in fact, your skin has never felt any foundation as smooth and velvety as this one. We have testers right here at the clinic, and I invite every single one of you to come in, test it, and take it for a trial run. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this new piece.
Oh my God! Trust me, I am excited. Listen,
I
am
know.
so excited. Come on,
I
girl.
know.
You try. Listen, I think it was deliberate that you did not give me a heads up before now. Now I'm sitting here and I wanna fire the job for the rest of the day and run up there and see what's going on, because now I need to see this. I need to try
It's
this.
amazing,
oh
Marie.
my
It's
goodness.
amazing. I mean, I always come on and I say that I don't wear makeup, and it's something that I'm not into, but I am obsessed. I am so obsessed that I want to organize my own little station so that I could do the testing of the shades for persons who want to try it out. I am obsessed.
Oh my God. I can imagine. Oh gosh. Well, let's see him soon. That's for sure. Well, let's see him soon.
Definitely.
Well, for those who may not know, and they're not probably they're just passing through. I know a lot of people do that, sometimes they're just passing through and they hear the little thing and they say, oh my, and they want to come in and check all the the products and probably get a few services being performed. Give them the how they can get to you again.
Definitely. So we are in Rodney Bay at the Providence Medical Center. That is the same building that houses Look Select and NIC. We're also upstairs Diamond Girl. Our contact number is 450-0100 or 722-6869. You could also follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. Instagram would be at dermalogics.clinic and Facebook Dermalogics Aesthetic Dermatology.
Absolutely. Thank you again, Ash. Always
You're
such a
welcome,
beautiful,
Marie.
beautiful. But now, today, just come on. Yes, listen, just come on. Wake me up. Have a good one.
Thank you,
Bye-bye
Marie.
now. All right,
Bye,
I'll see you guys soon. Definitely see you
Yes.
guys soon. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Look how the people who are going to excite me. Listen, man, this is me right. Listen, they did me that on purpose. I know they say, we're not telling her anything yet. We just threw that out there when we go on the program. It worked. I'll see you guys sooner than imagined. All right. Well, we got a few more minutes left, just about 6 minutes left. And then we wrap up the Dermalogics minute. And then, of course, we make way for the Letla team. They're going to be coming in, yeah?
Stop. Yo. Yeah. Stop. Yo. It's good vibes. yeah. Well, if you have nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all, just push and go your way. Cause we don't want them negative vibes and energy.